Nick Davila.
For the 27-yard.
Play fast, play hard, play physical. Let's get after them. Okay, we need to pressure their quarterback. Pressure their quarterback, force them into some mistakes, and let's play fast today. Okay, offensively, let's be efficient. Let's take care of the football. Okay, we get down to the red zone, we got to punch it in. Okay, it's all about execution. Let's step on toes, receivers. Here we go. Say the prayer.
Welcome inside the U.S. Airways Center for the AFL on ESPN. Terrific matchup. The 5-0 San Jose SaberCats, the 4-1 Arizona Rattlers. In the National Conference, these respective teams both lead their divisions. Arizona, 4-1 you see in the SaberCats, still perfect. Good evening to everyone. Ari Wolf coming to you from the desert. This is the premier rivalry in the AFL. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing. It's been dominated by Arizona for the last 3 seasons. San Jose has retooled. They believe they have the weapons now to become the best team in the AFL. But there's a wrinkle in tonight's game. Nick Davila will not start for the 3-time defending champs. He's out with a dislocated toe. Rookie B.J. Coleman will get the start. Now for San Jose, the reason they feel good, Big Ant, is because they've got Eric Meyer now at starting quarterback, 2013 AFL MVP, and he brings a new spark to this rivalry.
He's probably, by my estimation, the most electric quarterback in the Arena Football League with the way he operates both inside and outside the pocket. Through so many games this season, 5 contests in all, 28 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. The numbers are eye-popping, but his head coach, Darren Arbett, said he thinks there's still more meat on the bone for this SaberCats offense. Eric Meyer now just getting into rhythm.
B.J. Coleman, this is a big task. His first ever start in the AFL, former 7th-round draft pick of the Green Bay Packers. We'll see how his nerves are tonight.
A lot of great quarterbacks have gotten their first career start because the starter had to leave the lineup via injury. That is the position that B.J. Coleman finds himself in this evening. You referenced him being a draft pick by the Packers. He's got immense arm talent. The arm talent will take him only so far against this ferocious SaberCats defense. B.J. Coleman has quite a task on his hand this evening.
It is loud and it is rocking. Let's go down to the field to our Hall of Famer, Seth Bonner. Apologize for our problems downstairs. We are just about set to kick this one off. Rules of the game: 4 15-minute quarters, running clock except for the final minute of each half. 8 players per side. 1 offensive player may go in forward motion before the snap. No outside stunting or twisting, no punting, and a missed kick off the rebound net is considered a live football. Darren Arbett, the head coach for the SaberCats, he's already in the AFL Hall of Fame. 3-time champion and 2-time AFL Coach of the Year. And Kevin Guy will soon be in the AFL Hall of Fame. 4 straight Arena Bowls. They've won 3 straight Arena Bowls.
Found it interesting talking to each head coach today just before the game, and they both sort of downplayed how important the rivalry is and what will affect tonight's contest. I'm not buying it, Wolf. This rivalry is as big as ever.
Here we go. Strong towering kick played by Reggie Gray. Reggie Gray on the return, breaks 1 tackle, and there's going to be a face mask that will improve the SaberCats field position.
Tackle by Marquise Floyd and Marquis White. Flag on the play.
Personal foul. Face mask, number 19. Receiving team. Kicking team. 10 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Take a quick look at the face mask there, Big Ant. That's an easy call.
Marquise Floyd trying to make the tackle. Reggie Gray has had 2 kick return touchdowns over the last 2 weeks.
All right, our first look at Eric Meyer in a SaberCat uniform. Off to a great start this season. 28 touchdown passes, just 2 interceptions. Adron Tennell in motion. They're looking for DJ Stevens, and he will cruise into the end zone. Touchdown, SaberCats.
If big play Reggie Gray is the Batman in this lineup, DJ Stevens is about as good a Robin as you're going to find. Comes just from the stationary position, outruns the coverage. Eric Meyer reads it immediately. And the Jets of DJ Stevens getting behind the coverage, making this an easy throw and catch for the first SaberCats touchdown.
Stevens has been with the team now. This is the start of his 4th game. That's his 7th receiving touchdown. Extra point is up and good. Nick Pertwee gets the extra point, and this is a SaberCats team that last year lost in the National Conference Championship game here against the Arizona Rattlers. And the biggest move they made, Anthony, this offseason was bringing in Eric Meyer, because San Jose seemed to have everything going for it, except they haven't had an elite quarterback to compete against the Rattlers.
Well, and they've had their share of quality quarterbacks. They just haven't had Nick Davila. I mean, Davila accounted for 10 touchdowns in the National Conference Championship game last season. Eric Meyer, certainly the biggest free agent acquisition over the Arena Football League offseason this past year. So for San Jose to be able to bring him in, we'll get into it throughout the night, especially with Cedric Bonner down at field level. Eric Meyer, quarterback normally known for being able to go off script, for being able to freelance a bit on plays throughout his career in Spokane, and has made such hay in doing that. This offense with San Jose, very different from how he normally operates.
The San Jose offense is a read offense. It's every time you step back there, you should know exactly where you're going. But part of Eric Meyer's strength is just doing stuff on the fly, making things happen.
He's got the ability to go off script. That's what's made him so electric throughout his Arena Football League career, why he's been an MVP in the past.
Pertwee to kick it off. A.J. Cruz is deep for the Rattlers, and he is very dangerous. Led the AFL in kickoff return average a season ago. A.J. Cruz looking for a seam. There's a flag, and there goes A.J. Cruz. Touchdown, Rattlers. But a flag all the way back at the 6-yard line. A.J. Cruz is fun to watch.
Play, the block in the back. The block is from the side. Touchdown.
How do you like that? The play stands and A.J. Cruz gets the kickoff return for the touchdown.
You normally recognize in the Arena Football League that you can't take a break from the screen at any given moment, especially tonight where A.J. Cruz catches it. He's going to go right up the hash marks. Initially, the official calling it from the end zone thought there was a block in the back. They had a quick conference and ruled that the block actually came from the side.
Besides A.J. Cruz, I think the second happiest person in the arena is B.J. Coleman. Rookie quarterback saying, hey, you guys just get out there and score some points on special teams. To A.J. Cruz, he went to Brown, 3-time All-Ivy League selection. And his senior year, first team All-American FCS, we're tied at 7. 2 minutes into this one, SaberCats scored on their opening play from scrimmage, and A.J. Cruz just returned the kick for a touchdown. And there's Nick Davila. You see he's in a boot on that left foot. It's a dislocated toe. They put him on IR, which means he'll be out for a month. They're hoping it'll be 3 games, and they have the bye week and see where he is at that point. But for the Rattlers, frankly, it's about having him healthy for the playoffs.
Without a doubt, while this regular season overall, San Jose has a 19-18 all-time lead in the regular season. The last 3 years in postseason play, the Arizona Rattlers have been able to knock off the San Jose SaberCats.
These two franchises, we've had 27 Arena Bowls. They've won 8 of them combined, these two franchises, and for a while, they played each other in the Arena Bowl, so the other team didn't have a chance to win it all. Who knows, maybe they'd be in double digits combined Arena Bowl titles, but now separated in division, but still in the same conference. Reggie Gray. And Reggie Gray can fly too, makes a move. No one's gonna catch big play Reggie Gray. He'll take it for the touchdown. Back-to-back kick returns for the score.
The most bombastically dynamic player in the Arena Football League, big play. Reggie Gray, very different from the return we saw a moment ago with A.J. Cruz. Reggie Gray catches it cleanly off the net, but initially the blocking isn't there. Able to weave his way in and out of traffic, somehow bursts from the bodies of the Rattlers coverage team, and from there, he's gone.
That's 3 straight weeks with a kickoff return for a touchdown for Reggie Gray. 31 years old, doesn't look like he's lost even a tiny bit of his quickness and speed. Pertwee makes the extra point. Now, a week ago, Arizona was in LA taking on the Kiss. They were comfortably ahead in the second half, which I'm sure has troubled head coach Kevin Guy, because this didn't have to happen. But Donnie Pittman, there was nothing cheap or wrong about the sack. It was just unfortunate that Nick's big toe got trapped under there and got dislocated.
Overall, you don't see Nick Davila take a lot of big hits consistently in games, because he normally gets the ball out on time so frequently, so consistently. But that situation was actually one where he ran himself into trouble. And Cedric Bonner, you're down at field level. We have yet to see B.J. Coleman onto the field.
Yeah, you know, I just got done talking with Nick back in the tunnel, and he's really sad, upset not to be in this game, but understands he has to go through a process. Dislocated big toe and a small fracture in the second toe. He's going to have to be out on IR for 4 weeks, but is really excited to get back after the bye week.
Well, let's certainly hope he's ready to go at that point. Now, I know we're only here in week 6, Big Amp, but it's hard not to look big picture. The one thing that San Jose could do, though, is get a large enough lead in terms of wins and losses, so if they do meet again in the National Conference Championship game, if that game's in San Jose, it gives them a much better chance to win.
These two teams we're looking at tonight have been 2 of the most impressive teams in the Arena Football League so far this season. San Jose, the only team that's still undefeated in the National Conference to this point. And so when you think about the way this game could play out long term, I think it's an excellent point that you make. Postseason play, even though these teams will see each other again as we move through the rest of the regular season slate. But looking at postseason play, this matchup matters. It's going to be a big deal moving forward with tiebreaker scenarios.
If you think about it, they meet twice. The next meeting isn't until July 31st. That's week 19 of the 20-week season. So it seems like a lifetime from now. A lot of things could happen to both teams, but San Jose could put themselves in the driver's seat in the National Conference with a win tonight.
We don't know what the evening holds for B.J. Coleman.
Yeah, we may have this guy could be a star. We're about to find out. Unless, of course, A.J. Cruz returns this for a touchdown.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Here comes A.J. Cruz. Cruz has got a seam. Uh-oh. But this time, he stumbles forward into San Jose territory. He is fun.
Former All-American at Brown University. A very versatile player. He's known so far in his young career for his ability to return kicks off the net. see the athleticism that he possesses. He'll squeeze through cracks, run with high knees.
The Arizona Rattlers starting offense, the guy at the top there, number 1, Rod Windsor, right now is the premier wide receiver in the AFL. Kerry Reed's real good. Number 15, the 1-2 combination. They're acting as though this is a live ball, but it's incomplete.
The ball appeared to come out of Coleman's hands very awkwardly, and that was because he took a big shot.
Yes. From the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Jason Stewart. That's a fun way to get introduced in your first start. You run a quick screen to avoid pressure from him, and he still gets his hands on you.
At the nose position, when they let a guy like Jason Stewart go like that, he's in the right mentality. Penetrate into the backfield.
Hold everything. We've got movement. It's going to be a false start on the Rattlers.
False start, number 8, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That goes against Marquis White, 6-year veteran, played his college ball at Texas State. And there you see Kevin Guy with his rookie quarterback, B.J. Coleman. Here's the SaberCats defense, the best scoring defense in the AFL, holding teams under 38 points per game. And that big 3 up front may be as good as any front 3 in the AFL. The secondary is excellent as well. Lots of experience. And it's incomplete. Coleman feeling pressure. Vasquez, 36, bringing some pressure. So not the kind of start that Coleman and the offense were looking for.
Early on, you would certainly think a part of the game plan for Kevin Guy is to try and get B.J. Coleman in rhythm. And one of the things that Coach Guy said he made it a point to tell Coleman was to realize you've got 4 downs to get a first down. B.J. Coleman doesn't have to be in a touchdown-making mentality right now.
Coleman gets it to Windsor, and Windsor's going to be forced out of bounds. And 4th down coming up here for Arizona. Let's listen into the live audio. We could not hear upstairs what Kevin Guy had to say. Coleman slings it, looking for Windsor, put his left hand up, and they're going to say incomplete. I believe a fan touched the football, because I think Coleman got it there, and I think Windsor actually did catch it. The question is, did he get some help? They're going to say they're turning it over on downs. Let's take a closer look at this.
The ruling on the field was the ball was out of bounds and a fan touched it, knocking it back into the field of play. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, fan got involved. Fans got to know when the home team has the rock, you got to stay away.
This ball came off the right arm of B.J. Coleman hot. Windsor sticks his left hand out there. It did appear in the replay that it at least touched the hands of a fan.
We'll get a better look here. Well, that's close. It's SaberCat football. Eric Meyer fumbles it and then able to recover it. Dangerous moment there for the SaberCats. Matt Armstrong is playing center tonight. He's a rookie.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's offsides against the Rattlers. It'll make it 1st and 5.
Just that flinch. The official ruling the defensive front was offsides. As the nose at the snap of the football, you have to be in that head-up zero technique once the ball gets snapped. So that flinch can end up drawing a flag.
Meyer. And he gets it to Stevens, who picks up the 1st down. San Jose offense been retooled this year with Eric Meyer at the helm. They've still got Reggie Gray, but they've added Darius Reynolds, who had a great season last year for the Iowa Barnstormers. And then DJ Stevens has been a revelation in 4 games with the SaberCats. They believe he's one of the fastest wide receivers currently in the AFL.
You know San Jose is deep. The former AFL Receiver of the Year, Adron Tennell, hasn't cracked the starting lineup.
Meyer steps up, and he'll sling it. Tennell's got it. Tennell's got green space and a touchdown. Touchdown, SaberCats. The Spokane shot combo getting it done for the SaberCats.
The escapability of Eric Meyer on display here early as the pocket breaks down around him. You'll see penetration through the arc that attempts to be created. Tyree Glasper just walking the fullback back into the lap of Meyer, but he stays calm, moves the pocket, again going off script like we spoke about earlier in the game, and Adrian Tennell just as the safety valve able to run after catch into the end zone.
Extra point is up, and it is good. And Anthony, how you like that? 7-11 go in the first quarter. It's 21-7. SaberCats coming down here. We're coming right back to the desert. Cats up early, 21-7. The NBA playoffs on ABC. The second round gets underway with a Game 1 doubleheader. Countdown tips things off at 12:30. Then the top-seeded Hawks host the Wizards. Then at 3:30, it's the Grizzlies traveling to the Bay Area to take on Steph Curry and the Warriors. All that is Sunday on ABC.
How fun have the last few days of sports been?
About as good as it gets.
NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, the NFL draft going on, which you and I both got to cover in recent days. The Kentucky Derby earlier today. And oh yeah, there's some
kind of fight later on. Yeah, I'm not sure. Some kind of fight. AJ Cruz, can he do it again? AJ Cruz stays on his feet. I tell you, pound for pound, he's about as fun to watch as there is in the AFL. All right, let's take a look at the two kick returns for touchdowns we've seen tonight.
Well, they've been close almost every time they touch the football off the net. This one AJ Cruz made look easy because he's very decisive as a return man once he catches it cleanly. Reggie Gray starting, stopping, in and out of his cuts and into open space, taking it the distance with the answer.
We still haven't seen that much of B.J. Coleman at this point. He had one drive, didn't result in points. Got to get him some confidence. Get a score here. Coleman on a three-step. Gets it out quickly to Windsor, who's immediately tackled by David Highland. Let's check in with Sid. What are you seeing downstairs?
All right, I'm seeing a little apprehension on the part of the Rattlers a little bit. They're not going to go after the SaberCats. They're going to play it close to the vest, try to get some early completions like the hitch route you just saw. Try to get the guy comfortable back there. BJ got hit on the first play of the game. A little bit of early release by the offensive lineman. He took a big shot, but now he's got to try and play his way back into a rhythm.
They toss it and the cutback. Michael Benson, real nice job. He's fit in well with the Rattlers. Fifth-year man, picks up 6 yards on the carry, enough for a Rattler first down. And You know, they've gone through a couple of fullbacks, got to play for the SaberCats now. Odie Armstrong was a very good fullback, but Benson's come in and done a very nice job.
He was an all-arena performer last season with the San Antonio Talents. He's a really good ball carrier, but they're hoping it'll be even an upgrade in pass protection with what they get at the fullback position as well.
Coleman sets and throws, and he fires that one. Windsor the catch. And I'm not going to say that he's better at anything than Nick Davila, but I will say this: there's more miles per hour in his fastball than Nick Davila.
Had to stare down the gun barrel on this throw. Some more heat from Jason Stewart, but just as much heat coming off the right arm of B.J. Coleman. Got the AFL Defensive Player of the Year right in your grill, and B.J. Coleman threw a strike.
And he's a big boy. He came into camp at 250 pounds. Kevin Guy saying, and it wasn't bad weight. He's a big, thick, strong young man. Went to Tennessee, transferred to Tennessee Chattanooga, and then went in the 7th round of the draft that year to the Packers. Here he finds Windsor at the 5, and Windsor tackled by David Highland and Ken Fontanet at the 3.
As B.J. Coleman pulls from center, even on simplistic routes like that, just another stack route that's completed, but you see him sort of staring, just taking an extra half measure before delivering the football. He's getting away with it so far because of the RPMs that he throws the football with. There's going to be some opportunities possibly if he continues to take that half measure before actually delivering for someone to take it the distance on a pick 6.
This could be Benson territory. And there's movement there on the left side. And that's Derek Dennis, who was on the Panthers practice squad all of last season.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
He's just 26 years old. Let's take a listen.
Where we at? Where we at? We're on the 8. All right, we got it. Here we go. All right, here we go. Left. Z short. Sales scissors. What?
Coleman's in the huddle now. We hear the microphone from Coach Kevin Guy. Sail scissors route. There's going to be receivers to the field side crossing. The sail will end up as a corner opportunity.
Coleman throws, and it's well behind the intended target, Marquis White.
All right, here we go. Left flock. X divide, 3 option 9.
Everybody clap your hands. The 3 option 9. See a high motion coming. The Windsor in motion here. The 9 route will run up the boards. Option will come inside.
Coleman throws. Catch made by Marquis White. Reaches it out. Is he in? Yes! Touchdown Rattlers. Marquis White. His 9th receiving touchdown of the season.
This allows the eyes of B.J. Coleman to only read one half of the field. When you motion to trips, B.J. Coleman can just allow the coverage to be worked by the off-running route from his wide receiver. And from there, it's life duty for Marquis White.
Fabrizio Scotia on for the extra point attempt. Coleman sets it down, kick on the way, and it is good. So the Rattlers now within a touchdown. 2:10 to go in the opening quarter. Coleman's first touchdown pass of the night, gets it to White. He does the rest of the work. 7-point game here in the desert. For the latest news, scores, and inside information, go to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to chat with fellow Arena fans or just check on the very latest league standings or stats, arenafootball.com is where it's at. Good crowd tonight here at the Snake Pit. Reggie Gray already has one kick return for a touchdown. He's had one in 3 consecutive games. SaberCats, frankly, really haven't been tested. They've won every game by at least 2 scores. Reggie Gray sees the seam, cuts it back. There goes Reggie Gray. Goodbye. Big play. Reggie Gray does it again. There is a flag back at the 15. We'll see if this one stands.
Even if it comes back.
During the return, holding number 6, return team. Half the distance to the goal, San Jose's ball, first down.
Even with this one coming back, I don't know that Kevin Guy will be very pleased with his kickoff coverage to this point. Holding on the return, called on Eric Crocker. Gray weaves in and out of traffic yet again.
Between Cruz and Gray, they're putting on quite a show on these kick returns.
This is fun. This is lots of fun.
Eric Myers 3 for 3, 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looks to make something happen. Tennell is wide open, makes the catch, stays on his feet. Marquise Floyd's holding on for dear life. And Arquise Brown comes there and they put down Tennell, but gain of 33 yards.
What a catch by the former AFL receiver of the year. As Eric Meyer leaves the pocket, he floats the football. This would have gone into the stands. Adrian Tennell able to go back shoulder and show the strength in the hands necessary off balance to bring the football back in.
And the presence of mind to know that he wasn't down because he ran into the boards. He was not touched at that point. Meyer, sidearm to Gray, and he's undercut at the 5 by Marquise Floyd. Floyd is the active leader in career tackles, and let's go to Sid. Sid, what do you got?
Start. How you feeling about this whole thing right now?
You know, it's a good experience. I'm trying to make sure that it's hard to replace a guy like Nick Davila. You know, he's a guy that is a captain on this team. He's a heck of a football player, and he's really the heartbeat. So I'm trying to make sure and come in and try to fill some big shoes. But these guys are doing a fantastic job helping me out with that. And it's a fast game. Great opportunity to learn and learn how to put some touch on the football and do different things.
Appreciate your time, BJ.
Thank you, guys.
Guys, and he did shake my hand and about broke it in half.
You were duly warned, Sid, that he had a handshake
I don't even know why
like
I put
that.
my hand out there. About broke it.
Eric Meyer touchdown pass to Reggie Gray.
This really starts with some outstanding protection in the interior. Odie Armstrong steps in, picks up 2 people as both Antosh Hawthorne and Tyree Glasper rush through the A-gap. Armstrong picks both of them up, of course, with the help from center Matt Armstrong. That gives Meyer the time to deliver the football to Gray.
Anthony, did you notice there that B.J. Coleman has a little bit of a similar accent to his head coach, Kevin Guy? I got a feeling Coleman and Guy, they speak that good Southern speak. They've got it down pat. Coleman, of course, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Kevin Guy, some coach. They got to find a way to stop these kick returns and these big plays. We're coming back at the start of the second quarter.
AFL Studios, the Soul are 6-0. Dan Radaba, Sean Kalena-Moko, all over Portland today. That one from 29 yards out. Hooking up here from 27 yards out. They're the highest scoring team in the league and up to their best start since winning the Arena Bowl in 2008. Ari Anthony, we'll see at the half.
Set for the start of the second quarter, the undefeated San Jose SaberCats at 5-0, leading the three-time defending champion and 4-1 Arizona Rattlers 27-14. San Jose to kick off the second quarter. A.J. Cruz is deep. Already has one kickoff return for a touchdown. It's more of a line drive kick. He'll have a chance. Here he goes. Cruz cuts it back and down at the 15-yard line. Anthony, give me your assessment of how good you think Eric Meyer looks so far in the SaberCat uniform.
I've seen him look more comfortable week by week because he's that player that's been known for going off script with the way he operated with Spokane's offense and all those years with the Shock. For him and offensive coordinator Terry Mallett, he's had to sort of get on the same page with the way San Jose wants to operate offensively this season. Hasn't been as much off script, you know, but we've seen with the pass rush in tonight's game from Arizona so far, he's had to move the pocket, and he has done it very effectively.
Now it's B.J. Coleman. He's going for the home run ball, looking for Marquis White. He finds it and runs up the tunnel. Touchdown, Rattlers.
Is this Marquis White? Or is it Bo Jackson? Marquis White streaking down the field in high motion, those long strides. And going man coverage, as we've seen a decent bit of from San Jose early in this ball game. It's an easy, quick read for B.J. Coleman. He likes the matchup with Marquis White one-on-one.
That'll give B.J. Coleman some confidence. That's always fun. You catch a touchdown, you see your guy just run up the tunnel.
Well, Kevin Guy spoke to us today about the game last season where Nick Davila's father, who passed away just shortly before the contest, he dressed for that game, but Jason Murrieta, the starting QB, actually started that following game. Things didn't go so well, and Kevin Guy was very specific in telling us that wasn't all on Jason Murrieta in that contest. The rest of the team was deflated because their best player wasn't in the lineup. He made it a point throughout this practice week, and knowing Nick Davila would not be on the field, to make sure he pulled some of those veterans aside so they would be ready to bring their A game around B.J. Coleman. I believe we've seen that so far in tonight's game.
Ken Fontanet, the player being looked at right now, and let's check in with Seth Bonner.
Hey, are you talking about being able to complete a big pass and a big play? That was a great throw, but Big Ant, you know as well as I do, it's a game of inches. I tell you, Nick would have had that ball out about a half a fraction earlier, so it wouldn't have been the collision at the end of that play. That ball would have came out a little sooner, but man, talk about dropping a dime. That's a great throw by a young guy, and as you talked about him standing in the pocket, he is a big, strong man. I don't see any fear in those eyes. He'll stand in there and throw it.
The arm strength of B.J. Coleman, it can be both a gift and a curse. I want to talk to Seth Bonner about that throughout the game as it relates to the arena game of quarterback play.
Scotia pulls the extra point. So no good on the conversion. 27-20-yard score is Marquis White. Little celebrating. And there's Coleman enjoying it. championship rings right there. That's 4 of the 5 of them as the SaberCats lead by 7. Chicago tries to blaze its way into town, but Sporting KC has different plans on MLS Sunday. Can American international Graham Zusi lead his team to another win? It's Sporting Kansas City versus Chicago Fire Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 and watch ESPN.
I heard you mention Chicago. I thought maybe it was going to be a Bulls promo because they are taking on the Cavaliers. I believe that's going to be on Monday. I'm not 100% sure. I think Monday like 8 Eastern. I don't know.
That's a must-see series. I mean, Chicago does not like LeBron, and the Cavs don't have Kevin Love. And here's an onside kick, and it's loose and recovered by the Rattlers. But it did hit the sideboard, San Jose saying. Hold on here. They got to sort this out. I saw it hit the board before it came back into play.
Agreed.
It's going to be SaberCat football.
Prior to recovery, the kicked ball hit the wall, which by rule, the ball becomes dead. San Jose's ball, first down.
On a normal play from scrimmage, the ball hitting the wall wouldn't matter. But because this is a special team snap, it bounces off the helmet of Chase Deatter and then hits the board. So because it hits the sidewall, the ball in a special teams play is dead.
Eric Meyer, perfect 6 for 6, 104 yards and 3 touchdowns. First time he's played in this rivalry. Meyer with time, not anymore. Glasper gets to him. Tyree Glasper, now 4.5 sacks on the season. Boy, he got there in a hurry. It looked like a nice pocket.
Tyree Glasper's been on Big Ant's Brute Squad with good reason, but watch Reggie Gray. It takes him so long and so indecisively as he runs his route in high motion. It's the off coverage, and Reggie Gray isn't sure where to go with the football. That gives Tyree Glasper the extra beat to get home on Eric Meyer in the pocket.
And Glasper simply beat Matt Armstrong. I mean, Armstrong hasn't had to go against a defense this good up the middle. Quick screen to Reggie Gray. Not a good throw from Meyer, and Gray's backpedaling. And he will go down. Ends up being a gain of a yard, but Meyer was not accurate on the throw. Let's hear from Sed, who's with Kevin Guy.
Hey, Ari, I'm going to wait right here. I'm going to let Coach get his play call out, and we're going to see what he's expecting from this San Jose offense. Doing a nice job. You see the tempo up front has been picked up by that defensive line and the pass rushers from the Rattlers. They know they need to have a big effort, try to shut this SaberCat offense down. Coach Guy, what do you got? What are you expecting here?
Well, we're going to a check here.
Meyer throws, and it's incomplete. There's a flag down. And Coach Guy is live mic tonight. You can tell he liked that play.
Holding, number 44, offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Matt Armstrong, the rookie, starting at center tonight. He's got the MAC linebacker Tyree Glasper lined up right there. That's where the matchup needs to be won. They go slide protection. Odie Armstrong starts to watch the pile, but Matt Armstrong not able to hold up and battle with Tyree Glasper and Antaj Hawthorne, just continuing to roll that pocket back.
4th down for the SaberCats. 8 of 15 on the season on 4th down. Meyer backpedaling, scrambling, will throw, incomplete. Rattlers get the stop. We will take a break. Arizona gets their first stop. They will have a chance to tie this game. As Meyer been feeling lots of pressure on this series, they can't come up with points.
Ante in our AFL studios. What a game between Cleveland and Orlando. Shane Austin, Colin Taylor, and hang on in the final seconds. The Gladiators can get this to overtime. If they can convert this two-point conversion, Austin hits Jackson. They're in overtime, tied at 49. Ari, Anthony, back to you. What a game.
The former Oakland Raider Antaj Hawthorne is all up in the grill of SaberCats center Matt Armstrong. Right off the snap, directly into his face. As Eric Meyer takes his drop, freeze it here. He's nearly back near midfield. That's over 10 yards deep for a quarterback on fourth down who needs to be able to step back up into the pocket, but Meyer knows that Rattlers pass rush has been coming throughout the series, and so that affects the way that he drops and the way he's not able to read the coverage.
So the question is, when do they go to Jeff Maddox? He's been dealing with an injury, but he's got experience, fifth-year guy. He knows how to go up against the likes of Antaj Hawthorne. They may need to put him in next series. And they're going to blow this one dead before it starts. You coached line in this league, Anthony. What would you do in this situation, seeing that Armstrong's overmatched?
They've done multiple things throughout the game so far. They've gone some slide protection, and we've seen Tyree Glasper and Antaj Hawthorne. When SaberCats have gone slide with their protection, they've been able to still use that penetration. Only Armstrong has held up pretty well, but Matt Armstrong has not. It's time we at least give a shot, I believe, for San Jose on their coaching staff. They should give a shot to Jeff Maddox at this point, see if he holds up better against that interior.
Coleman with time, wide open, and he overthrows Marquis White. Well, you said that big, strong arm is a blessing and a curse.
On this ball, another opportunity for a quick score. As White goes streaking down the middle of the field. Coverage dropped there from Fontenette. And said Bonner, I was talking about it earlier, arm strength can be both a gift and a curse. You're one of the rare quarterbacks who had an outdoor level arm for the NFL and made it work in the Arena Football League. After this play, I'd like you to talk about the challenge for B.J. Coleman with that.
Coleman setting up the screen. And went right through the hands of Joe Gibbs, who is coming off a 2-touchdown game against L.A. And let's bring Sid in. Sid, how do you coach up Coleman to corral that arm strength?
Well, I think he's just getting used to the parameters and really not understanding that you don't have to drive every throw. Every throw doesn't have to be a drive. You got to figure out how to drop it over a bucket. What we used to do is throw over goalpost a lot, try to get the nose down. You got to have that soft pitch ball. It's got to be able to get over a defender but drop in the right spot. Everything on a line has to be perfect or it's not going to get there.
Third and long. Coleman feels pressure, gets rid of it. Catch is made. Kerry Reed makes the catch, but it sets up fourth down.
Well-thrown football under duress from B.J. Coleman. Initially, the protection holds up soundly enough. They've got Brennan Carvalho in the lineup. Similar reasons because Jason Stewart is so dominant at nose. Fourth and medium here. Kevin Gott told B.J. Coleman, you've got 4 downs to get a first down.
Fourth down, Coleman throws, and it's picked off. It was going to be incomplete. They were going to get it either way, but Cleveland Thomas, the KG veteran, he was already going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, came out of retirement, didn't even start the season with the SaberCats. They lose Virgil Gray. Cleveland Thomas comes in shape, and the veteran here gets the pick.
As Wiley and KG, as they come, Cleveland Thomas, one of the all-time leaders, ranking second in AFL history with now his 74th career interception.
He played at the University of Miami. He's got great skills, great ball skills. Meyer wanted to set up the screen to Ranglin. Ranglin was open, but I feel like Meyer couldn't see him because of the pass rush.
It's a game like this. What do you got, Sid?
Hey, Big Ant, down here on field level, it's just something extra fast-forwarded right now about Eric Meyer's feet. He's moving a little quick. He's out of rhythm and out of sync, and I think that pass rush got a little bit hungry on that last drive, and he still remembers those kind of things. He's got to settle back down, get into the good teaching works of Coach Malley, and get back to work.
Meyer now 7 for 10. Completes it to Tennell. And Tennell's getting a lot of playing time here in the first half, and that guy's really a security blanket going back to their years in Spokane.
Well, it's almost like Eric Meyer heard said Bonner, because here takes a quick 5, looks in great rhythm, even though there's pass rush coming at him again on this snap, but stands tall, steps into this pass, doesn't have to put a lot of steam behind it, but it affects the accuracy. That throw was on time. He trusted the protection, even though it broke down late.
And Tennell's a big target at 6'5". When you see him cross in the middle, you know you get it somewhere near him with that arm on wingspan, he's going to bring it in.
Eric Meyer, former Walter Payton Award winner at Eastern Washington University. At every level he's competed at, he's always been one of the greats.
He had quick stops with 3 NFL teams, the Bengals, the Raiders, and the Seahawks. And Meyer steps up, throws, and that was dangerous. It's incomplete, a flag at the 17. And the protection is breaking down for San Jose.
Number 70, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
That's Colin Madison. Again, they have not gone to Jeff Maddox yet.
And Madison, in his 4th year, off the edge, going against Cliff Dukes. Dukes does a nice job turning the corner, continues to work that upfield shoulder. It takes commitment to rush the edge. You won't always get home, but making the quarterback feel you around his backside.
And Coach Guy said they want better production off the edge. He's real happy with Hawthorne and Glasper up the middle, but wants more out of Dukes, who can be one of the premier edge rushers in the AFL.
I believe Cliff Dukes has had a Hall of Fame caliber career, former defensive lineman of the year in the Arena Football League. He's played a lot on the edge here in Arizona, previously a MAC linebacker with the Tampa Bay Storm. He may be getting a bit long in the tooth, but we tend to see Cliff Dukes show up big in the big environments for the biggest games.
And when you've won 3 straight championships, it's unbelievable the motivator that Kevin Guy is to keep these guys' motors running, because frankly, this season will only be defined by whether or not they win another title.
Few franchises in the Arena Football League who have that arena bowl or bust as a true mentality. That's the standard that's been set here with the Arizona Rattlers since long back in the days of Cedric Bonner.
And frankly, the same standard applies to the SaberCats. If they don't win the title for them, it's a bust too. That's why this is the best rivalry in the AFL. Meyer better watch out. He goes down. Cliff Dukes untouched for the sack.
Another big play from Cliff Dukes, taking advantage of the layup opportunity. Colin Madison blows the protection, should be slid to the field side. All other 3 members of the protection showing slide to the field. Colin Madison steps down. Cliff Dukes makes them pay.
Terry Malley is back as the offense coordinator, arguably as good an OC as the AFL's ever had. Their protection's got to improve. Eric Meyer, they cannot afford to lose him. Meyer very quickly to Tennell. And Tennell uses the stiff arm, and him and Floyd get into it a little bit after the play.
And said, how have you seen Eric Meyer, at least so far in this game and throughout the season so far? He had to be a different quarterback with Spokane with all the going off script and freelancing. Do you see them reining that in a bit in San Jose?
Absolutely, but I think he's also bought into that. He wants to do that. He understands that in order to be great in this offense, that's what's required of him, and he's doing a good job. You know, but when you get pressure, sometimes you revert back to old habits that used to get you out of trouble. He's got to stay in there, allows guys to create a cup and try to work from there.
Meyer bobbled the snap, has time, throws, Stevens has got it, and then it comes out. Jeremy Killam, who's having a phenomenal season, knocks it out, and it brings up 4th down.
It's an accurate pass from Eric Meyer, but because he threw it just a tad bit late, he was able to step in. I would have liked to have seen him put a little bit more B.J. Coleman type steam behind this football, because it put Jeremy Kellum in a position to recover and deflect the football by the fact that it took a little bit longer to get there.
Kellum's been terrific. 4 interceptions and 13 passes defended through 5+ games. Meyer on 4th down, steps up, throws, broken up. Arizona football. Jeremy Kellum does it again, back-to-back plays.
The earlier stop in the contest from the San Jose defense Saints. Now that the momentum is turned, we see the Rattlers coming to play.
Welcome back. And Anthony, Eric Martin was on fire to start this game. It looked like the SaberCats offense was going to roll, but they've cooled off since the pressure started coming.
This Arizona defensive front has started to make their imprint on tonight's ball game. Kevin Guy challenged his defensive line because he felt like Antaj Hawthorne and Tyreek Glasper, they played well this season, but he challenged Cliff Dukes. He challenged everyone else up front, like Marcus Pittman, to make sure they brought their A game tonight, and they have.
The give is to Benson, and Benson is brought to the ground after a gain of 4.
We certainly shouldn't sleep on the fact that especially Jason Stewart has played well up front in tonight's game for San Jose as well. The SaberCats defensive front leads the Arena Football League in sacks. They've had a nice game so far too, but where their offense for Arizona has worked differently is that they're using Michael Benson, using that run game, some supplementary things to try and slow and affect the pass rush mentally.
They run it again with Benson, and there's a flag down as Benson bulldozes his way for a first down. But a flag is back at the 23-yard line, and Jason Stewart's got something to say to Joe Gibbs.
Personal foul, clipping, number 73, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Let's see if he got Stewart, because Stewart was not happy after the play.
Well, we're going to see Gibbs. They run a scoop block on the backside, and so you got to beat the nose across his face. He's not able to do it there. And Joe Gibbs, the penalty well-founded there from the officiating crew. That's why Jason Stewart was so upset, just as I would be.
You're a specialist at defensive line. Are Antaj Hawthorne and Jason Stewart the two best noses in the AFL?
When they play like it, yes. There's arguments that can be made for a couple of other players, like Willie McGinnis in Cleveland plays at a high level. But the combination of the nose and Mac, or nose and Plugger, those two interior rushers, between what Jason Stewart is able to do with Francis Maka and what Antaj Hawthorne is able to do with Tyreek Glasper, I would say these are definitely the two best interior rushes with that combination in the Arena Football League.
There you see Antaj Hawthorne there, and there's Jason Stewart. I can tell you this, both guys are menacing, but Jason Stewart looks angry all the time. Coleman, and he overthrows Kerry Reed, and Kerry Reed grabbed his hamstring. That is not good news. The former Michigan State Spartan, who is an undrafted free agent signed by the Dolphins, he is arguably the best two-way player in the AFL, and he's going to have to come out of the game. He pulled up lame here.
That was why the ball was so overthrown from B.J. Coleman.
And you can tell the disappointment. I mean, he knows something's wrong. So now you're playing without your starting quarterback and your second best receiver.
Now A.J. Cruz in the lineup at wide receiver. As dynamic as he is off the net as a return man, teams have struggled in his young career to find a key position on the offensive or defensive side of the football.
And it's 4th down. And Coleman throws, and he goes to Ron Windsor, who's just bigger and stronger than David Highland, and makes the catch. The former Cleveland Brown makes the catch, and he's just so strong.
We're now entering the point in the game where it's just going to be about targeting the best receiver in the Arena Football League. Ron Windsor works up the boards, and then this throw should have been more back shoulder, but Windsor able to power up into the air, and then he just so confidently snatches the football from the head of David Highland.
Oh, they try to shuffle it, and that's a fumble. That's a loose ball. They're saying incomplete. Well, that was close. Did you think it was forward?
I did think he lateraled the football forward, but from the backfield, he sort of shoveled it underhand there, trying to get it to Cruz.
Well, that was pretty darn close. Either way, they did recover it, but the ball will be back at the original line of scrimmage.
1 minute time.
Well, it's been a wildly entertaining first 29 minutes of football. We'll see what happens. We go to the 1 minute timing rules when we come back to Arizona.
In our AFL studios coming up at the half, the Soul stays perfect 6-0, highest scoring team in the league. Right now, we're in overtime as we speak between Cleveland and Orlando. Week 6 has been great, 5 games in all your scores and highlights coming up in 1 minute on the halftime report. Ari, Anthony, back to you.
A-Rod and the Yanks head to Beantown to face Big Papi and the Red Sox as this classic rivalry marches on. Baseball rules on ESPN. Yankees, Red Sox, Sunday at 8 p.m. on ESPN and watch ESPN. I think it's fair to say the AFL version of Yankees, Red Sox is Rattlers, SaberCats at this point.
With the level of play from these two teams, there's no doubt. I mean, there's folks on Twitter who are making the argument about the war on I-4 between Tampa Bay and Orlando. That one's certainly great as well.
Coleman finds Windsor. Good idea. Touchdown, Rattlers.
Rod Windsor missed the first 2 games of the regular season here, but he is still already up into 2nd place in the Arena Football League in touchdown receptions. Coleman showing some mobility to roll the pocket just a bit.
That was a little Michael Irvin-esque. Windsor does just enough to push off and create some space. And when you're that big and strong and you don't extend them too far, you can get away with it. Scotia gets the extra point, and this game is tied at 27.
The possession battle has gone back and forth throughout tonight's game from these two teams. Said Bonner, I'm guessing the energy down at field level is about as advertised.
It is, and this, like I said, I've been a part of this rivalry for a long time. It's at a high level right now. These guys are getting after each other, doing a great job, playing very physical. Little news on Kerry Reed, he's back being evaluated. Looks like a hamstring injury of some type. We'll get some more information when it comes out, Ant.
Could be a big loss throughout the game because of the variety of roles Kerry Reed fills. But watch the sprint here where B.J. Coleman just works to find a window to deliver the football to. And Rob Winter isn't normally used to the ball coming in that hot. And Coleman knows. And this fan knows that this Rattlers offense is starting to turn a corner.
Oh, that's good stuff.
While both Darren Arbett and Kevin Guy downplayed the rivalry throughout the week, there's fans in the stands here, and there's San Jose fans that have shown up. We most certainly know the house is full of Rattlers fans as well. They know what this game means to both organizations.
For week 6, though, I got to say I'm impressed with the intensity level. It feels like a late season game. Onside kick, good idea, doesn't work. Now, the reason you want to go forward here, this is like the perfect amount of time, 54 seconds, because this way, even if you don't get it, you're hoping to get one more possession if you're the Rattlers.
We do know that Arizona will get the football to start the third quarter. In that situation, you get the ability to try for a 2-for-1, even if you don't recover, which Arizona didn't. Now this drive for San Jose will come to a head more quickly. They'll either come up with a stop with presumably time remaining for them to get the football back. Even if they don't get the stop, then they'll at least have the ball again.
Both teams with 3 timeouts. So Arizona should get the football back. Meyer scrambling, and he's going to throw this one away. And Matt Armstrong is still in at center. Said, I'm going to bring you in. Are you surprised they haven't gone to the veteran Jeff Maddox?
I absolutely am, but at the same token, Ari, you know, they felt comfortable with this line coming in. They've been playing well together, but right now the intensity level by Hawthorne and Glassberg is just getting after. These are 2 of the best in the business. That's a pair. Big Ant, you could speak on that, how well meshed they are together. It makes it really tough.
Meyer gets it out to Stevens, and Stevens forced out of bounds. Just about the 6-yard line. They can pick up a first down before getting into the end zone. Here in the final minute, the timing rule is very similar to outdoor football. Any play that ends into those side boards, the clock will stop.
Just this car wreck that takes place snap after snap. Odie Armstrong steps up and they get bang. Tyree Glassberg running downhill over and over again. It's not a contact sport, people. This is a collision sport.
Tinnell's a great target in the red zone. He's in motion. He's 6'5". Meyer instead goes to Ranglin. Touchdown, SaberCats. Rich Ranglin, he's no stranger to the end zone. That big fella at tight end scored many touchdowns. That's his 2nd of the season.
Great call, Coach Malley. They show slot protection, and Ranglin just sneaks out from the tight end position. And so the pass rush, which has had their ears pinned back throughout the first half, getting home rush after rush, you take advantage of that aggression from the Arizona Rattlers defensive front.
Nick Pertwee on for the extra point attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on the way, and it is good. We will stay right here. 39.5 seconds to go in the half, and just the way we thought it might play out, Arizona goes for the onside. They don't get it, but now they're going to get the football. Would you consider going for an onside kick here if you were San Jose, or would you kick it deep?
I would kick it deep in this scenario, just with the hopes that you can come up with the stop, that it will play out over the next 39 seconds. It's kind of just inside that window timing-wise, I believe.
Be sure to check out arenafootball.com for all the latest news and information on the Arena Football League. While you are there, be sure to shop the AFL Team Fan Shop for the latest team gear. Check out arenafootball.com and check it out right now. And let's go to Sid down on the field.
Thanks, Ari. Down here with Eric. Eric, you guys went through a little bit of stumble there. You got off to a good start. Tell me what the Arizona defense is doing to you to make it so hard.
You know, they made some good plays. You know, I missed a few throws there, and, you know, give credit to them. You know, it's football. They're going to make plays, and, you know, unfortunately, they lost those 2 series, but, you know, we did a good job that last series of coming back and answering.
Take me through that double release call there at the end there for the touchdown.
You know, tight end, you know, when you got a tight end like Rich with good hands and can move a little bit, even though he's big, you know, it's an asset to the team.
Appreciate it, Eric. Thanks. Guys?
Thanks, guys. And yeah, Rich Ranglin, he's fun to watch. And that was one of his less dramatic scores. It's fun when he catches it about the 10 and tries to juke somebody and gets into the end zone. And I know that always gets Anthony Herron happy. Well, an ugly kickoff here, but it's going to work out. Takes a minute for Cruz to get the football. And Cruz will be taken down at the 16-yard line. So plenty of time for Coleman. 35 seconds at all 3 timeouts.
So now after that onside kick, Arizona now has an opportunity to be the last team with the football at the end of the first half and then get the football back again at the start of the second half. It's why you see so many teams frequently deferring until the second half to start on offense, hoping their 2-for-1 scenario plays out like this.
Coleman gets it out on time. Marquis White the catch. Fontanet with the tackle, and Marquis White is a huge target himself at 6'7".
Several players on the field who are outstanding when they play at their best, and Marquis White has had inconsistent stretches during his career. He's been impressive this season with the Arizona Rattlers. Kevin Guy has coached him in the past. He felt confident bringing Marquis White back in here with the knowledge that he felt he could get the most out of this very talented player.
And Marquis White was the offensive player of Arena Bowl 22. Right there, Marquis White. 2 first-place teams. Rattlers lead the West. SaberCats lead the Pacific. And frankly, these 2 teams measure themselves against each other. They stand above the rest of the National Conference year after year after year. Coleman looking for White, and White got turned around. It took him a while to find the football. Good defense from Cleveland Thomas. Might have got away with a little contact downfield.
I like where Coleman delivered the football, though. You know, this is one of those scenarios that can be a little more difficult for a guy who's used to trusting the strength of his arm. But in a timing scenario, to target that area of the field before the receiver has hit that spot, it can be difficult. But you saw there before the break was made, Coleman throws the football to a spot and timed it pretty well.
Windsor in motion. Coleman throws in, and that's picked off. Ken Fontanet steps in, gets the pick. Still 10 seconds to go in the half.
Ken Fontanet able to step in front of this football. You see him right here with zone eyes, eyeballing the quarterback the entire way from the center of the field, then makes the break, comes downhill. Miscommunication between Coleman and the wide receivers. And as San Jose switches at the last moment, it's shown man a lot during the first half. Fools B.J. Coleman with the zone, and Ken Fontanet makes him pay.
Sid, what do you got?
Big Ant, you're exactly right. They ran a little switch coverage. They caught him off guard. If he just throws the ball on the wall, his outside receiver is going to walk in the end zone. Good job of changing and disguising by San Jose.
San Jose's got 3 timeouts, but they fumble the center quarterback exchange. Goodness gracious. And Eric Meyer gets on the football, and if I'm San Jose, that's enough. I'd go to the locker room. I mean, the clock stopped with 2 seconds because they failed to gain forward progress.
That's a bad man right there, folks. All-American for the Wisconsin Badgers, NFL draft pick to the Oakland Raiders. He is in the head of the center quarterback exchange. Matt Armstrong coming up short, not getting the football all the way deep back to quarterback Eric Meyer because he is so determined to try and block Antosh Hawthorne. That's what the great nose guards in the business can do to an offense. Even if it's not just about their rushing, their collapsing of the pocket, but once they've done that enough, now you get in the head of the center and it throws off the comfortability with the exchange.
Going back a few years ago, Tim McGill would have this similar kind of effect where you'd see that center or anybody who was in slot protection just knowing, goodness, I got to stop this guy, and he is so physically tough, and got that snarl on his face.
Guys like Tim McGill, James Barron of the past, Antosh Hawthorne, Jason Stewart of the modern era.
Meyer through the hands of Tennell, and we've come to the end of the first half, and what a first half here in the desert. San Jose leads 34-27. We've had all kinds of twists and turns in the first 30 minutes. A rookie quarterback for Arizona making his first career start, and let's go downstairs to Sid Bonner.
Thanks, Ari. Down here with Coach Guy. Coach, you guys got off to a slow start. We're able to get a little momentum defensively. Talk about your young quarterback and what he's been able to do so far this first half.
Well, he's battling. He's processing now, but I think he's made some good throws tonight. You know, I've told him all week long we got 4 downs to get a first down. But his head's in it, and he's battling out there. He's competing.
I won't ask you about adjustments, but what are you going to do second half to come out and get this win?
Well, we're gonna make some adjustments this week, all right? But, hey, you know, we got to come out and play. It's a 4-quarter game. We made a play on special team early on. We got to come out and make some plays on defense, keep us in the ball game, and let's see what happens.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All right.
Sid, way to cover yourself there, my man. Way to handle Coach Guy. Sid gets an A+. Well, that was a fun first half. We will step away. We'll be back in a little bit to the desert.
Hey there, and welcome inside the Arena Football League halftime report. I'm Zubin Mehenti. We're at the break between the Cats and the Champs, but plenty of other Week 6 action to get you up to date on. Let's begin in Philly, where the Soul entered undefeated, the only other undefeated team in the league. One of the teams you're watching, San Jose, Dan Radabaugh, Adam Smith, looking to go to 6-0. End of the first half, Radabaugh to Sean Kaylee Moko. 29-yard touchdown. They're the highest-scoring team in the AFL, as Portland was going to find out the hard way today in Philly. And then Radabaugh again hooking up with Kaylee Moko for the 27-yard score. They're off to their best start since winning the Arena Bowl back in 2008, a 17-point win. There it is, 6-0, tied for their best start through 6 games in franchise history. Once again, the last time they were this good, they hoisted their only Arena Bowl championship. Maybe a sign of things to come. Terrific finish between the Gladiators and Predators in Orlando. Pick it up towards the end of the game. Cleveland down until Shane Austin hits Colin Taylor. So now in the waning seconds, a 2-point conversion would send it to overtime. Austin finds Amari Jackson, and indeed, we've got free football in overtime. Austin again. Damani Goodman, they take the lead. Give the Predators credit, they fight right back. Randy Hippard, Kendall Tompkins for the touchdown. So now they're going to go for 2, and they're going to come up short, and that's the difference in the game. Cleveland escapes with a 1-point road win. How about the Sharks and the Storm? Tampa Bay's Jason Voltis finds T.T. Tolliver for the score. And then one more time between these two. The Storm have got themselves a bye week coming up, and they hope they can get their first bye week and spend it with a victory. We'll see. They're going back and forth in a battle in the state of Florida between the Sharks and the Storm, and Tampa Bay indeed rolls, and they hit the bye week winners. These two teams have combined for just 2 wins entering the day, though we're tied at 35. Oh, Tracy Belton with the pick for New Orleans, back the other way, 51 yards for a pick 6, and the Voodoo have a 42-35 lead. Then Brian Reeder to Chris Duvall to the end zone. They've got a 15-point lead, less than 5 minutes to play in the game. Still to come, 256 players, 3 days, 2 networks, and 1 red carpet. So who was the draft's biggest winners? We'll unveil the answer from Chicago when the halftime report continues. Words in sports. Game 7. There's virtually no separation between the Spurs and Clippers, as we've seen through the first 6 games in LA, tied at 97 in Game 7 with less than 5 minutes to play in regulation. It's winner take all, and the winner gets the Rockets next. Speaking of winners, your big winner at the just completed NFL draft, who you got? Here's our crew in Chicago with the answers.
Welcome into our coverage. Trey Wingo here with Bill Polian, Todd McShay, and Mel Kiper Jr. So all the picks are in, and we'll find out years from now who actually hit home runs. But immediate impressions. Bill, we start with you. Which team aced the draft in 2015?
Well, I think the Baltimore Ravens, because they had great quality as well as quantity. Rashard Perriman, Max Williams, a terrific tight end prospect. Carl Davis, a terrific defensive tackle prospect. Zadarius Smith, a really good prospect from the University of Kentucky. And Buck Allen, a running back that I feel is really well suited to the NFL. So, by and large, a good draft for them.
Todd, what about you?
The New Orleans Saints, I thought Mickey Loomis solidified the offensive line, which was a priority coming into this draft. After that, Stephon Anthony's an inside linebacker, a presence, and a sideline-to-sideline guy with 4.5 speed. Haoli Kikaha, one of my favorite players in this entire draft. Speed to power, convert, finish. He does it all. Washington outside linebacker. Really like the draft for the Saints.
I love what the Jacksonville Jaguars did, Todd. You look at Dante Fowler Jr. He's going to get after Andrew Luck. That's what you got to do to try to win that division. Beat Andrew Luck. Get after him. They also added Michael Bennett, a steal from Ohio State defensive tackle late. And they helped their young quarterback, Blake Bortles. Why? Getting T.J. Yeldon, running back Alabama, A.J. Cann guard South Carolina, Rashad Green, sure-handed wide receiver Florida State, Neil Sterling, underrated at Monmouth, and Ben Koyak, you know, you can catch the ball coming out of Notre Dame. Help Bortles and help the situational defense getting after Andrew Luck.
That's it. That puts a wrap on the 2015 draft from Chicago. We'll see you for the 2016 draft. And at this point, parts unknown as the great adventure of the draft traveling circus may continue.
Trey, thank you. FSU had 11 players drafted. Only 7 quarterbacks were drafted. The SEC had the most players drafted, no surprise. And there were a ton of trades. What a great 3 days that was in Chicago. We got a ball game. Eric Meyer Rich Rangland, SaberCats looking to stay perfect. They're a half away from doing so against the three-time champs. Ari and Anthony back for the second half after this.
We expected a great game in one of the most storied rivalries in the AFL, and the first half certainly delivered. SaberCats lead by 7. Ari Wolf alongside friend and partner Anthony Herron. Now, there was one variable we weren't sure about, and that was rookie quarterback B.J. Coleman. How would you assess his play in the first half?
Quality. He's played some quality football in the first half. For your first career start against maybe the best defense in the Arena Football League, B.J. Coleman has come out and answered the bell. We know the arm strength was going to be there, and as the half went on, San Jose gave him a couple of quick reads, and he took advantage of it when they did, throwing the football deep to players like Marquis White, but he was able to show some patience as well and complete some of the shorter passes. There have been a few bugaboos here. This is the one interception in the first half, miscommunication where he kind of guessed wrong against the San Jose coverage. But when you're facing a defense this good, no matter how veteran a signal caller you are, there will be those moments where you get fooled. So there was the one moment where B.J. Coleman got fooled, but he's got an opportunity here getting the football first in the third quarter where he can put his team right in a tied contest.
And if you think about going up against the best defense in the AFL in your first career start in the AFL, handled himself pretty well. A.J. Cruz on the kick return. A.J. Cruz bounces it to the outside, and he stiff arms the kicker and gets into San Jose territory. And we'll take a look at stats from the first half. What do you like there, Anthony?
The turnovers, Arizona's got 2 of them, which means San Jose's got 2 takeaways, and they haven't given the football up. Arizona's defense did come up with some stops, though, and so that does even that possession battle back out and start to tilt it back towards their favor.
Sid, what'd you learn at halftime?
Well, from San Jose's perspective, they want to just sure everything up offensively. They're making too many mistakes offensively, blown protections, all those sorts of things, but they think their defense is playing well. And for Arizona, I learned that Kerry Reed will not be back with a hamstring injury, so it's up to the 3 guys along with A.J. Cruz to get it done.
All right, Sid, so for Arizona, the 3-time defending champs, they're going without the reigning AFL MVP and Nick Davila, and without Kerry Reed, one of the best receivers in the AFL, so they are certainly shorthanded. And now almost becomes, if San Jose can't win tonight, will they ever be able to get over the top this season against Arizona? I mean, really, if you're San Jose, this is about as much as you could ask for, as they are looking right now at the injured San Jose player, and that's the kicker, Nick Pertwee. And hopefully he's going to be okay, or Darren Arbett's going to have some tough decisions to make. We will step away for a moment. We'll get a report on Pertwee when we come back. Welcome back. There is head coach Darren Arbette of the San Jose SaberCats. And if Pertwee is injured, there he is, number 12, as he goes down. It's a much bigger loss, actually, than in the outdoor game because it will force them to go for 2 after every single touchdown.
It looked like as Dante Page-Moss came in, just sort of pursuing, trying to help make the tackle. He went in on the right arm of Nick Pertwee. Not sure what the injury may be, but they did appear to be paying extra attention to that right side.
Because in the outdoor game, you usually have a punter who, if he has to, can come in and kick extra points. That's not the case here in the indoor game. As Rod Windsor makes the catch, doesn't get too far before Ken Fontenette makes the tackle, call it a gain of 4. The Rattlers have knocked the SaberCats out of the playoffs the last 3 seasons. And the SaberCats, frankly, it's been a long time since they've been the dominant team in this rivalry.
You're going to see out-breaking routes to the field side, 2-by-1 formation.
Coleman, touch pass, looking for White, and Cleveland Thomas almost had a pick, and flags come in. There was contact from both guys.
It did appear Cleveland Thomas got an extra shove in there.
Pass interference, number 8. Defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Thomas has been known throughout his Hall of Fame worthy, Hall of Fame on the way to career as being a physical guy. Pre-snap, during the snap, while the ball's in flight, he's going to take every opportunity to get away with as much as the officials will allow.
But early in that play, and Marquis White did have the jersey of Cleveland Thomas, and Thomas there clearly overreacted and gets flagged. So 1st and goal at the 10. It's Rod Windsor. He'll take it for 6, but hold everything. There's a flag. This could be offensive pass interference on Rod Windsor.
Pass interference, number 81. Offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That penalty on Chase DeAdder. He'll come in motion and work towards the inside, essentially end up picking off the defensive backs. You see him just run over David Highland there to the field side. Runs through that inside shoulder and just bulldozes him to the ground.
It would not have affected the catch being made, but it may have stopped the score from happening, that's for sure. So now 1st and goal from the 20. Coleman, touch pass, looking for Marquis White, and there's a good battle with Cleveland Thomas. And Cleveland Thomas is over there saying, hey, that's another offensive pass interference.
Well, Marquis White really does the same thing that Chase DeAdder just did, except Cleveland Thomas didn't fall. He runs through the outside shoulder, sort of bulldozing his way through. He's trying to fight around Thomas to work towards the football. When the receiver is bringing the collision to the defensive back, the DB most certainly allowed to bring force with force.
Coleman delivers. DeAdder makes the catch, and his forward progress will be stopped just inside the 8-yard line. And Sid, what do you have for us?
You know, Ari, that right there was a little bit of zone coverage. San Jose changing it up, but the problem is the downhill motion men for the Arizona Rattlers are not doing anything ahead of time to set Cleveland up. They're all just running chest up right into him, not really giving him any wiggle, trying to make a move early behind the line of scrimmage to move him off his pace. That sits right in his wheelhouse. Cleveland is great when he's allowed to get his hands on you. He's one of the best to ever do it, Big Ant.
Cleveland Thomas, 36 years of age and still playing at a high level. Coleman goes outside to Marquis White, and boy, a late hit comes in there from David Highland, and I don't know how there's not a flag there. That play was over. It's getting a little chippy down there.
It certainly is.
I'm waiting for number 3. All right, play's over. Bam.
Left close. Z outside, 3-0 option.
Z outside, the backside receiver will be the motion man here. It'll be an out-breaking route. Receiver in motion. Rod Windsor will have the option. He's the best man in high motion they have.
Widen him out, widen him out.
Coleman looking, hit on the throw, and it's incomplete, and a late flag comes in. Windsor and Thomas getting into it. I mean, that's a great physical matchup between two veteran guys who are real physically strong and two of the best to play the game.
Holding, number 8, defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Rod Windsor, as he starts to work in that high motion, he's got the option route, starts over the top, and then Cleveland Thomas just grabs a hold as Windsor starts to run the over route. Kevin Guy, he's looking for the flag.
He's lucky he's in a sport where a coach can be on the playing surface. He'd be getting teed up all the time.
Outside release.
First and goal at the 3. The give to Benson. And he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Well done by that SaberCat front. Let's take a listen to the play call.
Pull it this time. Pull it this time. Pull it this time. Okay? Okay? Pull it this time. X right. X zoom. 22 veer option.
They brought some extra beef into the lineup. So you've got essentially 2 defensive linemen at the Mac and Jack linebacker positions. They'll have to react laterally on the option.
Coleman fakes it and no place to go. Vasquez is there. And so is Rodney Fritz, a rookie they're very excited about, their number 40. Coach Arbet really thinks this guy's got a bright future. He's on the edge there, number 40.
You heard Coach Guy tell B.J. Coleman to pull it, meaning show the dive, pull the football out, and you become the running back, but there was just nowhere to follow fullback Michael Benson into the pile.
There's Francis Maka. Last year's second team All-Arena. So third and goal from outside the 1.
Maka and Vasquez still in at linebacker.
The give to Benson. He's going to cut it back and fight his way in. Touchdown Rattlers.
Michael Benson at 275 pounds. Luis Vasquez here. They put him at the jack to add a little extra meat for this goal line scenario. Trying to fight off a block. Can't quite get there. You see Francis Maka coming in late, but Michael Benson able to force his way into the end zone.
34-33 our score. Benson now 6 rushing touchdowns on the season. Scotia on for the extra point attempt. He has missed one tonight. Both teams have missed one. That's why he's able to make this one. This game will be deadlocked at 34. And the kick is good. So good time-consuming drive there for the Rattlers. And Benson works hard, gets into the end zone, and his head coach celebrating with his team. The NBA playoffs on ABC. Second round gets underway with Game 1 doubleheader on Sunday. Countdown tips things off at 12:30. Then at 1, the top-seeded Hawks host John Wall and the Wizards. And then at 3:30, the Grizzlies travel to the Bay Area to take on Steph Curry and the Warriors. All that coming up Sunday on ABC. This game, a very good one. Tied at 34. 8:43 to go in the third. San Jose has not had the football yet this half. We'll see what adjustments they've made as Reggie Gray will not get a chance at a return. And let's check in with Seth Bonner.
This is a huge drive here for San Jose. This place is ready to erupt. If that defense can come out and hold, this place will go bonkers. It's time for Eric Meyer right here to step up, make some plays, get a long drive going. They struggled late through that second quarter. Got a little momentum back. They need to carry that momentum and get control of this game again.
Well, Sid, to your point, he started 6 for 6, and he's now just 11 for 18.
Well, pressure does that. It bursts pipes, as Anthony knows, and he's put a lot of pressure on QBs. And when you're under duress, you can't settle down and look at the things you're supposed to look at.
Meyer from his own end zone, pump fake, has a man streaking. It's Reggie Gray, can't get to it. And Meyer knows he missed one right there.
It is very difficult to overthrow Reggie Gray, especially once you've taken the ball from center and had some time in the pocket. As Reggie Gray comes on the post route.
Well, that's a great double move. Yeah.
And Meyer just waited on it to develop. And Reggie Gray, as well as anyone, gets to top gear so quickly. But Eric Meyer just overthrows a missed opportunity for the SaberCats.
Meyer slings it, and Stevens drops it. Would have been a first down.
It's another drop. Another drop for DJ Stevens. Hasn't been with the team very long yet, just a few weeks. As the pressure comes in the pocket, it's one thing for Eric Meyer to take a hit, but when you get the completion, then that brings that momentum away from the defense. But Antaj Hawthorne laying heavy on the quarterback, then you get up and know that you affected the fact that they couldn't complete the pass. That momentum continues to build for the rush.
Meyer couldn't have put it in a better spot. Here he gets it to Gray, and Gray breaks the tackle. Big play, Reggie Gray to the house. Touchdown, SaberCats. Flags come in, and things are getting nasty here. And we've got Eric Meyer hurt on the other end of the field. Eric Meyer is down. This game's already without the reigning AFL MVP, Nick Davila. And 2 years ago, Eric Meyer was the AFL MVP, and he's down. Plus, we got a whole bunch of dirty laundry on the other end. 45 yards on the play, and there's concern on both ends of the field right now.
There was a stretch of the season last year.
A touchdown after the play, personal foul, number 94, defense. That play will be carried over on the first play after the kickoff. Try for point.
Tyree Glasper, and let's take a look at the injury to Eric Meyer.
He's been under duress throughout the game. Protection solid enough initially, and then just at the end of the play, McAdoo, as he falls off the rush, and then there, Hawthorne ends up laying heavy on Meyer as well.
You know, he had the broken collarbone last year. I don't know if it's in the same spot, but it looks like a similar spot. And these two teams are really getting into it. And we told you, if you've been with us from the opening of the game, this is the best rivalry today in the AFL, and it appears there's no mutual love tonight. I mean, they're going to go ahead and kick this thing. They've still got Eric Meyer down there. If somehow this kick was missed and they returned it, we could have a real situation on our hands. I don't think they should be kicking this.
They shouldn't be kicking
They should not be playing right now. They're very fortunate that kick was good, or that, and now we've got all kinds of nonsense going on.
That's a big mistake from the officiating crew. There is no way with a body laying on the field that any play, whether special teams or otherwise, should be taking place.
They got to get control of this thing. All right, Coach Arbed.
after the play, personal foul, number 64, San Jose. That's going to combine with the personal foul in the previous play. We'll have an offset of penalties. We're going to kick off media timeout.
So San Jose leads 41-34, but there's a far bigger issue. I mean, the entire SaberCat team is around Eric Meyer. And we're not going to play doctor, but I don't think there'd be that many guys around there if this wasn't pretty serious.
And of course, we have no idea, but you did reference the collarbone injury from last season when they faced the LA Kiss. Bo Bell came through with a big pass rush.
And there was that late hit came in there from Hawthorne. I don't know if he was hurt before Hawthorne came in. And they're really still going after each other. The teams had to be separated again over in the end zone area. I mean, they got to get these teams away from each other right now.
The initial rush from Michael McAdoo, to me, was fine. It was legal. The additional pile-on there from Antosh Hawthorne, that was where I'm surprised the flag didn't come at the end of the play. Looks like right now Darren Arbette getting an explanation from tonight's official, Scott Campbell. I'm guessing they're still confused as well as to why the extra point would have been kicked.
All right, here's another look at the touchdown, and Darren Arbette is furious right now.
This is the play that took place as DJ Stevens is the receiver in high motion, but Reggie Gray catches the stack route and then just evades two defenders. They're most certainly not going to catch him at that point. Stevens with a clean block coming in late.
And then you can't just come in and jack the guy from behind.
Well, the Stevens block was clean.
Yeah, this is fine. There's nothing wrong with that block, but then we don't have the shot anymore. After the block, the guy who made the block got jacked. And more important than anything is we've got arguably the second best quarterback in the AFL is down and really has not moved since they turned him over.
They brought the stretcher out onto the field next to quarterback Eric Meyer, taking every precaution as the medical staff should here. Just tuning in, before this moment, we have seen the limbs of Eric Meyer moving. He appears to have had fluid motion of his arms and legs before now, but you certainly respect and appreciate the caution that they're taking while he's down on the field at this point. And Cedric Bonner, things have gotten a bit out of hand down there at field level. Now we do see where both teams have been separated. How have you seen these last few moments play out?
Hectic is a word that I would use. I think a lot of emotions going on right now when you see your leader laying down on the ground like that and not able to even get up under his own power or be helped off the field as of yet. It's really tough. A lot of words being said back and forth. I'm trying to stay far away from the two sidelines because there's some bad language going on, but this rivalry is so intense. And when plays like this happen, when a player's hit late, these kind of things, it just kind of intensifies that thing and makes it worse for everybody. These guys are all playing hard. No need for that kind of stuff. You got to keep your stars on the field. No call being made. I think that's why the San Jose SaberCats are that upset.
And Cedric, since we have a moment here, recount a bit of the history of this rivalry for folks at home. You played in this at such a high level, you versus quarterback Mark Grieve back in the day. Kevin Guy was a part of the San Jose coaching staff. Recount a bit of the cross-pollination between these two franchises over the years.
Wow, it's been a great time for both franchises. I think the history speaks for itself. We went through a little bit of situation like this. One of our guys hit Mark Grieve late in the season when SaberCats were the #1 seed, hit Mark Grieve, and that's what brought on John Dutton, and he beat us in the Arena Bowl. Dominated us, as a matter of fact. So it doesn't always work out for you, but this is a great franchise. There's a lot of respect between both, but right now the concern is for Eric Meyer, and there's some hot contested conversations going on down here, Anthony.
Well, Seth, the more we look at it, I don't know what you saw in live action, but Antosh Hawthorne came in late and unnecessarily hit Eric Meyer.
And we haven't seen a wide shot of it yet, so from what I've seen on the replays, we've shown the tight shot. Antosh Hawthorne's body certainly landed on Eric Meyer very late. I don't know at this point if there was a shot that Antosh Hawthorne took where someone blocked him into Meyer late. From the angles I've seen on the replay, it's hard to say that at this point. But what we should recount again for the folks at home is the fact that while they do have him on the body blade and they're strapping him down for precautionary measures, we don't know what the Eric Meyer injury is at this point, but in case someone's just tuning in, he has had fluid movement of his arms and legs up to this point, and so hopefully it's not anything too severe. We don't know, but as we did state, earlier here, just a few moments ago, he did have the collarbone injury last season against the LA Kiss.
And about this time of year.
Big Ant, it's been getting chippy down here even prior to that. It's been going back and forth since late in the second quarter when both defenses really start stepping it up. There's been some chippiness going on both sides, and this is just carrying over. And now it's at a fever pitch right now. This place is going to erupt here.
Instead, I mean, for the AFL, the stars of this game have always been the quarterbacks, like yourself. Now we've got both quarterbacks, the two best quarterbacks in the AFL, who are not going to play for the rest of tonight. What can anyone do to protect this from happening, or is this just a byproduct of the intensity of this game tonight?
Well, I mean, it is a byproduct, but if it was a late hit, you can best believe Anton Hawthorne will be fined for that late hit. Those are the kind of things you could do to keep players from wanting to deliver these kind of malicious shots, if that's in case what it was. I didn't get the chance to see it. But if that's what it was, you know, you've got to put a fine on them. I think you've got to take care of your quarterbacks. This is a quarterback-driven league. If you don't have guys out there that understand how to throw the ball and make the plays that are necessary, you're not going to score points. And this is all about putting points on the board.
Well, the nose position, there's Antaj Hawthorne, and so the snap from center is taken. Eric Myers back in the pocket. McAdoo makes a good rush afterwards. Hawthorne does come in, and at that wide shot, doesn't look like there's any blocker throwing him into the quarterback. And so that's a late hit where Hawthorne comes in and ends up diving on Eric Meyer. See it again from that angle. It kind of goes out of the frame at that point.
But it's quite clear that that was not good intentions there. I mean, Meyer was down, and Hawthorne didn't get touched and fell on the quarterback.
Agreed.
I mean, if you're Darren Arbette, that's how angry he should be, because now they got to go to Nathan Stanley at quarterback, and their big offseason acquisition is hopefully going to be okay, as A.J. Cruz will not get a chance at a return. But I'll tell you this, Arizona fans showed a lot of respect. They didn't like seeing Eric Meyer carted off the field either.
Eric Meyer, he gave the thumbs up to the people as they were wheeling him off the field. Just another signal that he maintained movement of his limbs. Taking him back to the locker room, taking every precaution as professional medical staff should take. Certainly hope that Eric Meyer will be okay at some point here in the near future.
You know, when we looked at this matchup 2 weeks ago, looking forward to coming here, Nick Davila against Eric Meyer, suddenly it's B.J. Coleman against Nathan Stanley. And Coleman incomplete there. Windsor the intended target, but Coleman feeling some pressure. I will say this, both noses, Jason Stewart and Antaj Hawthorne, have had a very significant impact on tonight's game.
And now with the big break in action that we've had here, it's one of those situations where the game often goes in either direction. Contests quite often become a bit sloppy where players have gotten out of rhythm, or because things have gotten so chippy, you certainly hope the officials keep it in hand. Big hit there from Ken Fontenette, right on time. He didn't end up undercutting the route itself, but could tell from the angle of where the ball was going. Very impressive breakup on the football as he worked over the top. And just as Marquis White extended, able to get the deflection.
So 3rd and 10 for the Rattlers. Coleman from his own end zone. He's in trouble. There's the safety. Francis Maka gets it. 2 points for the SaberCats, and they'll get the football. That is a huge momentum swing right there.
Francis Maka was voted one of the top 50 players in the Arena Football League over the offseason. A blown protection from the Arizona Rattlers. They go with the gap protection, but the fullback Michael Benson in the opposite A-gap from where the center ends up sliding. And there, Francis Maka takes him down in the end zone.
And we've talked many times, Anthony, that the safety really has a bigger effect in the arena game than it does in the outdoor game because of the expectation of scoring on every drive.
There's no doubt about it. And now, San Jose not only puts points on the boards there, but will get the football back off of the kickoff. As you referenced, Wolf, the outdoor game maybe not quite as big of a deal because you don't have the expectation of scoring every single time. But here, Francis Maka, the full name I believe he's earned at this point, Francis Tulikimoana Maka.
Well done, Anthony.
Tulikimoana meaning to chase the wave, able to chase down quarterback B.J. Coleman there in the end zone.
I mean, really, Coleman had no chance. I mean, sometimes you'll see a guy hold it, and it's his fault for the safety. That time, Maka was untouched coming at him. Well, this is certainly another twist because all of a sudden it's a 9-point game. San Jose getting the football. They could perhaps be up by 16 here in a moment. Said, what do you got?
Ari, I'm just going to disagree with you right now because throw it away. You do have a chance to throw it in the stands. You can't take a safety in that situation.
Now you got a rookie quarterback back there. Senbon, or you as a Hall of Famer might have gotten rid of it.
Throw it away. Make a stand.
Reggie Gray, he's been awesome on returns tonight. And a flag comes in.
During the return, holding, number 7, return team. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, Kevin Guy runs hot. He's an emotional coach, and you can see it right here. I mean, he's not happy. It was right after the safety. Well, now pressure is on the Arizona defense to come up with a stop. Nathan Stanley in the game at quarterback, and he has plenty of experience. Started a lot of games last year when Russ Mickna got hurt. So when Russ Mickna went down, Nathan Stanley started a bunch of games. He's a big guy, and you know, he's not like B.J. Coleman. This isn't his first rodeo.
And in a similar scenario from last season, where Nathan Stanley came in, Russ Mickna had an injury, and Stanley entered the lineup. And similar in stature, 6'4", 225-pounder to what we've been talking about with Coleman, and also a guy with a very big arm, not an arm you really need to be able to sort of have success in the Arena Football League. He played in 15 games last year.
Stanley on target to Stevens, and Stevens, who's had trouble tonight with drops, able to make the catch. But this is a luxury that San Jose has that Arizona, frankly, does not have, because we saw B.J. Coleman getting worked on. If he can't go, you're dealing with a situation. You don't have any experience at quarterback for Arizona.
And while Shane Boyd has certainly played the game of Arena Football before, but he just joined the team this week, not familiar with the offensive terminologies, hasn't really thrown much to these receivers yet. It's a nice grab from Adrian Tennell, showing that catch radius again. And he's become so known for it throughout his career at 6'5", and not only is he 6'5", but he appears to be a guy with a wingspan that goes far beyond that. Catches the football very well away from his frame. And that ball, that was a clean grab, even though he essentially landed in the stands. But as long as you catch it cleanly, you don't have to get both feet back down in bounds.
Second and short, maybe a chance here for Stanley to take a shot at the end zone. Tennell in motion. Stanley goes to Stevens, makes the catch. Soccer coming up tomorrow as Chicago tries to blaze its way into town, but Sporting KC has different plans on MLS Sunday. It's Sporting Kansas City versus Chicago Fire Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 and watch ESPN.
Because of the safety, already a 2-score game here with the 9-point lead for San Jose. Trying to see if they can pad that cushion they're trying to gain here on Arizona.
They go to Darius Reynolds. I believe that's his first catch of the night. I don't think that they've even thrown in his direction before then. And this is a guy who had a phenomenal season last year with Iowa. Him and Marco Thomas were a great 1-2 punch for the Barnstormers.
Most certainly were. Reynolds is a physically gifted wide receiver. One of many former Green Bay Packers on the field tonight.
Yeah, he played his college ball at Iowa State. He was, in fact, he was a quarterback back in junior college. Stanley gets hit, and that could have been picked off. He takes a big hit from Tyree Glasper.
Being in the pocket as a quarterback in tonight's AFL on ESPN contest, not for the faint of heart. Tyree Glasper This club move outside has been working for him throughout the game. You bring the thump over and over again downhill. You force the offensive protector to try and sit himself down to stand up against power. Then you club him aside.
Third down. Stanley goes to Gray, and Gray not anywhere close to first down yardage. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. And remember, Pertwee, the kicker, got hurt, so I don't even know if he's an option here for a field goal at the start of the fourth quarter. They may have to go for it. Well, that was an emotional third quarter. We will be back with the start of the fourth quarter.
NFL Studios. What a fantastic Game 7 finish between the Spurs and the Clippers, tied at 109. Chris Paul, 2 of his 27. Wow, with a second to go. Oh, last chance for the Spurs. Inbounds. Kawhi Leonard on the alley-oop. Lob pass off the mark. That's how the fourth quarter game and series ends. Clippers are moving on. Hoping for a good finish over by you guys now.
Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. There is a game summary. Eric Meyer, the San Jose quarterback, injured. We do not have a further report. San Jose touchdown receptions by 4 different receivers, and Rod Windsor keeps his streak alive. 20 consecutive games with a receiving touchdown. Now, Nick Pertwee, the kicker, was hurt, is in the bench area and would be available, but they're going for it on fourth down. Stanley looking for Ranglin and overthrows Ranglin. He was open. Would have been a touchdown. And Nathan Stanley, you just don't get the same reps if you're the backup, and he just didn't have the touch on this ball.
The release of Ranglin, I believe, is a little bit too shallow as well. He allows the defensive end up the field. The angle of the football carries him directly up the numbers. If he carries it a little bit wider away from the defender, there's a better opportunity. But you're a big guy, you're 315 pounds. He starts to turn his back to the football as opposed to a receiver being able to look over his shoulder.
Well, Coleman back out there. He completes it. Rod Windsor holds on to it. Gain of 8. Let's go to set.
Hey, Big Ed, you just mentioned Rich Rangland turning his back on the football instead of continuing to run. If he continues to run there, that's a walk-in touchdown. But you know how you big guys get a little crazy and excited. Can't keep running. You want to turn around and wobble backwards for some reason.
And that's what can make that play a little difficult to execute, because you're hoping you'll be so open that he can't just turn around and catch the teardrop. But if he were more of a pure receiver, of course, he would run through that football.
Well, they set up the screen here, nobody fooled. Maka's right there on Benson, and Kevin Guy wants a flag, and I think that was a good no call there. And let's get some live audio down on the field.
All right, here we go. Let's go win here. Third and short. Let me go press. Hey, that side, that side. Okay. Left wing zoom, 596.
Well, the defense for Arizona did their job. Now a chance for the offense to get them right back in this game. Third and short.
Chase Deatta will be on the comeback. Marquis White running the go.
Sack. Could not stop Rodney Fritz, the rookie out of Tennessee State. This pass rush has been ferocious tonight.
Fritz, extremely athletic. One of the reasons he's gotten more and more playing time. Another blown blocking assignment from the Arizona Rattlers. That's not helping B.J. Coleman at all when you've got your pass protection not on the same page with where the quarterback has called that protection to be.
And you coach line play. There's been so many mistakes where the quarterbacks had no chance. Here Coleman has a chance, and Marquis White's not going to catch up to it. So let's go back to the play before. How does miscommunication happen that frequently? Get Anthony's take on that when we come back. There have been some protection breakdowns. Arizona can't come up with points. A-Rod chasing history as the Yanks in Beantown to face Big Papi and the Red Sox. Classic rivalry marches on. Baseball rules on ESPN. Yankees, Red Sox, Sunday at 8 p.m. on ESPN, and watch ESPN.
You can't beat the drama of sports. I don't care how many reality TV shows are out there. I mean, what A-Rod did, hitting the home run in the 8th inning against his arch rival, the Red Sox. The drama playing out tonight, two arch rivals in the Arena Football League on the field right now.
Well, sports is the original reality television. Delivering, and Stanley throws in a miscommunication. Had Gray stopped before he made the cut, would have had the touchdown. But again, you got a backup quarterback in the game, not on the same page.
It's another option route. Reggie Gray is at his best when he's in motion and he's able to be decisive with the route. The option route he runs into the end zone here from the stationary position. He runs the double move, but he and Nathan Stanley just not on the same page yet.
Said, what do you got?
Keith kept great vantage point inside of him. If he'd have stopped right there, which is what Nathan Stanley saw, ball was in the perfect spot.
Stanley throws, and it's too high for the 6'5" Tennell. And we're seeing that both offenses are having problems scoring the football. I mean, this game started out kick return, lots of points. And since then, points have been hard to come by.
Well, B.J. Coleman, for his first career start, was playing well. He certainly hadn't had a pretty game up to that point, but he was playing well for his first start. Now we see Nathan Stanley, who is a more experienced quarterback, but we are looking at now 2 backup quarterbacks on the field. Against 2 very good defenses, by the way.
Yes. And Stanley rolls out to his right, and he throws that one into his own bench area. Yeah, he's getting antsy. He actually had a ton of room to his left. Nathan Stanley, if he moves to his left, has all the time in the world, but he moves to his right.
Well, when you've got a big 345-pounder bearing down on you as Antis Hawthorne breaks through the 2 for 1, he's lunging out at Nathan Stanley, trying to chase him down. Difficult to keep your head about you when you've got that monster.
Fourth down again. Can the Rattler defense come up with another stop? Stanley throws. Caught. Touchdown. SaberCats Darius Reynolds into the end zone.
Pass rush was on the way as they ran a bit of a nose delay. Darius Reynolds works all the way across the back of the end zone. And so for Nathan Stanley, he knows off the nose big play, it's going to take a little bit of time to develop. Holds the football long enough as he's drifting away. Has the arm strength to deliver the football to the back of the end zone.
For Reynolds, just his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. Good news here for SaberCats fans. Pertwee on for the extra point attempt. And he was taken out of the game and back to the locker room, but he makes the extra point. It is now 50-34 as Nathan Stanley comes off the bench, finds Reynolds. SaberCats in front by 16. NBA playoffs on ABC. Second round gets underway with the Game 1 doubleheader. Countdown tips things off at 12:30. Then Jeff Teague and the top-seeded Hawks host John Wall and the Wizards. Then at 3:30, the Grizzlies travel to the Bay Area to take on Steph Curry and the Warriors. That is Sunday on ABC. And the playoffs have been gotten off to a terrific start in the NBA as we head into the second round. A.J. Cruz on the return. And the guy who scored the touchdown, Darius Reynolds, just flips him backwards.
That's life in the AFL.
Score the touchdown, make the play on special teams. We're coming right back.
Zubin Mehenti in our AFL studios. The Philadelphia Solar 6-0 all over Portland earlier tonight. Dan Rodabaugh found Sean Kalena-Moko twice. That one from 29. This one you're about to see from 27. They're the highest scoring team in the league and off to their best start since winning the Arena Bowl in 2008. Back to the desert.
Welcome back to the AFL on ESPN. Ari Wolf and Anthony Herron upstairs. Cedric Bonner down on the field. There is Darren Arbett. Looks concerned even though his team's up 16 because he does not know how critical the injury is to his starting quarterback, Eric Meyer. All we know is he was taken off the field as a precautionary measure. They strapped him down, took him off the field, and he's on his way to a local hospital. That's all we know at this point. And Coleman, and that is picked off. San Jose gets the football. Eric Crocker knew exactly where that ball was going. He just hijacked this route.
I referenced it during the first half, Ari. B.J. Coleman takes the pull from center, and his eyes shoot out towards the boards. The Jack linebacker, if he doesn't get it out quick, he's got to get it out right now with some steam behind it. And it just takes that little extra half measure while he's eyeballing Chase Deatter along the boards. And Eric Crocker's been eyeballing that pass all night.
He almost overran it. He was in a dead sprint, and the ball was actually a little bit behind him, and he still made the interception. And suddenly the night for B.J. Coleman is going to make Kevin Guy wonder about getting another quarterback. I mean, granted, it is the San Jose defense. It's the best in the AFL, but would you be concerned moving forward for the next month with Coleman as your quarterback right now?
Defense with contact. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
There's pieces to work with. There's no doubt about it. He's shown some moxie that you want a quarterback to have. We know the arm talent is most certainly there, more so than what he really needs. He showed a willingness at different points to try and throw some touch passes. So there's pieces that Kevin Guy will see, evaluate, get on the film, and feel like he can work with. And who knows? I mean, just a 16-point game right now with plenty of time remaining in the fourth. So if he shows some dramatics here and leads a big comeback, then that most certainly shows good signs.
Odie Armstrong. And he will keep on grinding those legs, and he'll finally be stopped at about the 2.5-yard line. If you're San Jose, all you want to do is take time off the clock, get points here. Even a field goal makes it a 3-score game and really will change the complexion of the fourth quarter.
Darren Arbett obviously works closely with both sides of the football. He and defensive coordinator Cedric Walker put a game plan together. It's worked well throughout the night for a rookie quarterback. Wondered coming in if they would show as much man coverage as San Jose has become known for over the years, but they did a nice job throughout the game, mixing in some disguised looks, showing some zone and confusing B.J. Coleman.
Stanley looking for Gray, well covered. Stanley throws incomplete. A lot of traffic in there. I'm not sure if I'm San Jose, if I'm out running the football there. And it's hard to score in the red zone, as we document every week. You've got Odie Armstrong, a proven fullback, and you've got a quarterback who's barely played this season.
They made a nice call there for Arizona. They had Mike McAdoo back at the Mac linebacker position. They didn't rush 4. They only rushed 3 on the previous snap to make sure they had extra hands in the throwing windows.
Stanley's going to throw it up, looking for Tanel. Does he hold on? Yes, he does. What a catch. Touchdown, SaberCats.
The touch on the pass is evident, but the physicality of the grab, not because of the hit that Adron Tanel takes from a defender, but the Arena Football League, those boards, the padded walls out there, as Tanel extends that 6'5" frame into the air to get the football, takes a big shot on the sideboard, still able to hang on. Nathan Stanley celebrating with good reason.
Pertwee does not make the extra point, so the lead stays at 56-34. There was an incredible display of emotion from San Jose following that touchdown. It's week 6, but this is all you need to know about this rivalry, is how much this game means. Now here they get the pick, Eric Crocker, and it leads to the touchdown right here, Stanley to Tanel. Here's a look at the scoreboard from around the Arena Football League. Philadelphia defeats Portland. Orlando and Cleveland in a great game. I don't know exactly how it finished, but Cleveland gets a 1-point win. Jacksonville, everybody thought was going to be a team to compete for an Arena Bowl. Has not been the case. Tampa, big win, and then a close one between New Orleans and Spokane.
Voodoo come up with their second win of the season. Tampa Bay's been playing some defense this year. They held San Jose to only 36 points.
All right, here's the injuries the last 2 weeks. Down goes Nick Davila, frankly, who's been the best player in the AFL since the 2010 season. He's out at least a month. Then here tonight, Eric Meyer. He was down, and then Hawthorne comes in with the extra shot. It's impossible to know if he was hurt before Hawthorne hit him or that's what caused the injury, but it sure didn't help.
Without a doubt, late hit from Antaj Hawthorne. Eric Meyer, as you stated a moment ago before the break, on his way to a local hospital.
So Windsor with the catch. Now, keep in mind, Arizona last year, Anthony, 11-0 in this building. 2-0 in this building this season. It's been a long time since they've lost at home.
The all-time record, 19-18, San Jose having the advantage in this great rivalry coming into tonight. But when you look at the last 3 postseasons, it's been the Arizona Rattlers that have stood in the way of the San Jose SaberCats time and time again, knocking them out.
Coleman in trouble. Flag is down. Chase DeAdder does make the catch. It'd be enough for a first down. Let's wait and see what the flag's all about.
Illegal defense, number 98, outside rush, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That penalty called on Francis Maka in the MAC linebacker position. Not allowed to become an outside rusher as the MAC. You have to work between the 2 A-gaps. He ends up coming outside of Dante Page-Moss as the defensive end made an inside move.
We haven't said his name a lot tonight. Maka, we've certainly talked about him. He came up with a big safety. Coleman, time to throw, completes it to Windsor. Windsor has the first down, and let's check in with Seth Bonner.
Hey, Big Ant, I have a question for you. How do you stop yourself when you're rushing, you're getting a legal twist, you see your guy go in the wrong direction? How do you pull up, and when you know you can bend that corner and get in there and get that hit on the QB, how do you do it?
I used to tell my linebackers just to fall on the ground. Act like someone put a tripwire in your way and make sure you do not finish that rush once you see your nose work inside.
And miscommunication there. Coleman looking for DeAdder. DeAdder comes back looking at his coach saying, well, what happened? What went wrong? Again, you've got guys who just haven't played together. DeAdder has AFL experience in his 3rd season, but playing with a rookie quarterback. Said, what do you got?
And you can't run choice routes with guys that haven't played a ton of downs together. You got to give them a post or give them a corner. You give them too many choices and they tend to make the wrong one.
And you wonder at this point, with less than 4 minutes remaining, 22-point game, still teachable moments here for Kevin Guy, wanting to get these live reps for B.J. Coleman and the wide receivers.
Coleman that time feeling the pressure. Rodney Fritz was bearing down on the quarterback, and Fritz is shaken up, and Fritz is going to come out of the game.
Kevin Guy alluded to the fact that Shane Boyd has just joined this football team this week. He wants B.J. Coleman to get as many reps as he possibly can. Just talking to him shortly before the game, he said, I'll be shocked if I put Shane Boyd in this game no matter what's happening. If B.J. Coleman's playing great, if we're up big, we're down big, he wants B.J. Coleman in this game for every snap.
And Coleman in trouble, steps away, throws all the way across the field. That's a no-no in the AFL, but gets away with it. He does have that big, strong arm.
Brennan Carvalho, the center, this football team has just returned to the lineup. He struggled getting up now. There's Shane Boyd taking in the mental reps. You know, and in that scenario, even if Shane Boyd were to come into the game, I mean, you're essentially just in a position where you have to execute as many stack routes, you know, the hitch routes. There's 5 yards there along the boards. You're going to have to execute those up the field if you put a quarterback into the game that doesn't really know your offense yet.
4th down. Coleman gets rid of it. It's a wobbler, and it ends up in about the 4th row. And this Arizona offense literally has done nothing since their first drive of the third quarter. 0 points, 7 points in the second half.
Think about the way that B.J. Coleman started this game out. There were points being put on the board. There were opportunities to score. The interceptions, of course, were hurtful at different points, but there was never a true fluidity throughout the entire game, and Kevin Guy alluded to it even going into the half when he was talking to Cedric Bonner. In this game, if it's finished in the fashion it appears that it will, San Jose would move to 6-0, increasing their lead in the Pacific Division. Arizona, they come out of this one 4-2. Then the Las Vegas Outlaws, who we will see on Monday night on CBS Sports Network, an opportunity to stay right there within striking distance.
Well, not knowing the severity of Eric Meyer's injury, it's very hard to forecast what's going to happen next for the SaberCats. But for this rivalry, it's effectively a 2.5-game lead at this point for the conference best record and home field advantage in the playoffs. Because they will have 2 less losses. They'll stay perfect 6-0. They'll have 1 at Arizona. And then the other meeting is July 31st in San Jose.
The second to last game of the regular season where these two teams would meet. That game also be nationally televised on CBS Sports Network.
Stanley was going to toss it to Armstrong, but hold everything. San Jose uses the timeout. Maybe the play clock is running down.
San Jose.
It is at 0.
First of the half.
Well, Anthony, I'll tell you, we came into this one really excited. I mean, this is a premier matchup in this conference, and we wanted to see the best of the best. Eric Meyer, Nick Davila. We knew coming in we weren't going to see Nick, but then unfortunately we have to see Eric carted off the field, and it really now presents a lot of question marks about what's going to happen in the National Conference.
It certainly does, and the season length in the Arena Football League, playing an 18-game regular season spread out over 20 weeks, you know, all teams still in it at this point, just with week 6 having their contest taking place this weekend. But you've got to view this organizationally, whether you're Arizona, whether you're San Jose, not knowing what it might happen with the quarterbacks in the coming weeks. You've got to view it as an opportunity for the younger signal callers to start to emerge in this league. Umpire stepping in there, just trying to make sure they don't snap the ball too soon.
Odie Armstrong, and he will pick up the first down, and we have come to the 1-minute warning. The 1-minute timing rules will be in effect when we come back. But there's no doubt about who's going to win this one. The San Jose SaberCats are going to get the win, but the question is, how long is their starting quarterback going to be out?
Arizona has 3 timeouts. San Jose has 2 timeouts.
San Jose 56, Arizona 34. Want access to every AFL game at once? Go to arenafootball.com and click on the AFL Live video player for a live stream of games around the league. Whether you're at home on the computer or on the go with your mobile device, AFL Live brings you the action, scores, and stats as they happen. And you can use that tonight. There were some great games around the AFL.
Some games that went to overtime. Orlando falling to Cleveland. There's something about those Gladiators. They tend to win the close ones.
Odie Armstrong on first down picks up forward progress. The team with the lead has to get just an inch of forward progress, and the clock will wind, and Kevin Guy is not using his timeouts. So San Jose is going to get the win, but I got a feeling there are not going to be a lot of big smiles, not until they find out the condition of Eric Meyer. Eric Meyer, the starting quarterback for San Jose, just joining us. Give me one of the most electrifying players in the league. Only the 2013 season did he play every game. He has been injury prone. It did look like a late hit, and he is at a local hospital right now, and we will not have word on his condition before we go off the air here in a moment. But certainly our best wishes to Eric Meyer and his family that he will have a speedy recovery.
Well, these certainly two of the deepest teams in the Arena Football League at the skill position on the line of scrimmage. These players on the bench who've been major award winners in the AFL. Regardless of the quarterback position, they'll be in the hunt for the playoffs at the end of the season.
And look at Darren Arbette. I mean, there is no love lost between these teams. San Jose wins. They are 6-0. Wow, you do not see this very often. Darren Arbette is usually a cool customer, and he's not happy about what happened to his quarterback. And frankly, well, based just on what we saw, he's got a reason to be upset. All right, that's going to do it. We came in with high expectations, and the game did deliver plenty of drama. Big thanks to our entire ESPN crew on behalf of Anthony Herron and Sid Bonner. I am Ari Wolf. Coming up next, Sports Center Top 10. A lot of fun being here in the desert. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Take care, everybody.